Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Dugout Podcast. I'm Andrew, alongside, as always, Marissa. And Marissa, would you like to, break the ice with that lovely rendition of what you were singing
Of course not.
at Old
I
Classic?
can't embarrass myself by singing on here. You know how much viewers we might lose?
We
No
did it
thanks.
once before.
That was different.
That was different.
That was different. Yeah.
You
I
sure?
can't butcher Celine like that live on here. No, 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 no.
In my assessment, in my honest opinion, it wasn't that bad. Shot was giving me the little nod, like little bit of training. I think she may actually be able to do a thing.
You're such a liar.
I'm it does all. Anyway, it's been an interesting week in the world of sports, primarily football. I'm sure that we have a lot to get into this evening, and there's no better place to start than down at Anfield.
I just want to put on record
Yes, please.
that I said last week,
Mhm.
even though y'all didn't win, I did say that y'all were the side that were gonna put a little dent inside the church, and y'all did. I thought very unlucky not to win the game, if I have to say so myself.
Mhm.
But second half was almost Liverpool of old. I was very impressed. Arsenal was clinging on for their life.
There was doing more of that, but
How did Konate not score in last minute of the game?
that was a man with any coordination in front of the goal. You know, that's a prime example of when an opportunity falls to the wrong player.
Wrong person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wrong player.
But do you think it was a penalty though in the second in that same kind of phase of play?
I didn't see the physical play,
Okay.
I was out
I
on
think
a,
it was. Oh, you were.
out on a
Oh, yeah. Tell the viewers the
Island.
story of where you were and what happened before we get into Anfield.
I was out on an island safari
Mm-hmm.
celebrating the birthday of two friends.
Mhm.
Coincidentally, one's birthday is the 9th and the other's is the 10th
Mm-hmm.
of April, obviously. Jamal and Toya, shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so island safari and somewhere along the track, in St. Joseph of all places, had a cup in my hand, sturdy grip as you would expect. But we hit a bump. It spun and it got away from me. And out it went. And the driver was so, focused on the road, he didn't hear my call for stop. He just
Well,
kept
if
on
you
going.
say it like that.
I don't want to shout because we have to
Oh,
be
okay.
cognizant
Okay.
of our producers hearing.
Sure.
But I said it
sure.
in a certain fashion, But
So
amongst
now
the
we're.
laughter and the music of the truck and everything,
Mhm.
the bottle was lost.
So now we're down to one cup.
Yes, for now.
Mm.
I will get a replacement,
Okay.
But yes,
Tisk tisk.
I was able to see the second half
Mm-hmm.
up until stoppage time.
Mm-hmm.
So I did see Bobby's equalizer because we made a start in Bathsheba and I out the phone and watched it.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Liverpool really I felt the crowd was up. Liverpool really took a lot from that energy that the crowd was creating, the atmosphere.
Definitely.
It was raucous at times. And it felt as though we had Arsenal under siege. And we really should have won the game, I think, based on the second half. Because I saw Salah miss a penalty as well.
Yep.
And then there were, Ramsey made
poor
some very,
penalty.
very good saves.
He did.
Some remarkable saves, might I add. So, I mean, from Arsenal's perspective, I think they will feel as though it's a bit of relief. They haven't won at Anfield since 2013, I believe. So they might look at it as, a tough away trip. Good solid point. Liverpool, on the other hand, would look at it as, a point gain from what could have possibly been none because you were 2-0 down. And I heard that we were basically outplayed for the first 40 odd minutes, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been worse. So, I mean, I think both teams, it all depends on your perspective. Both teams could take positives from it in terms of the
Sure.
overall picture. But obviously, I feel as though Arsenal, some Arsenal players might feel an opportunity missed
Mm-hmm.
since we were in such a great position of strength. Liverpool, on the other hand, might feel as though, based on the second half, we definitely should have, gotten it across the line.
Did you happen to see the goals when you got back home? All the goals?
Yeah, I saw all the goals. I saw the first one was a bit of a mess, a hot mess.
Oh, everybody nobody talking about the first goal is a mess. But because I started to watch from about 15 minutes. So I didn't see the first goal live, but I saw a replay. That second goal that y'all conceded was...
Poor Murray.
I was like, I'm there watching, right? And I was almost saying on there in disbelief, like, how on earth has Jesus got a free header with two massive centre backs there just standing up doing nothing? It was like, I thought it was an awful goal to concede.
I think he got in between Bandai and Robertson, right?
Yeah.
And basically uncontested. So
I was like, boy. But then I did find that when that second goal went in is when y'all really start to try to lift. But then eventually the momentum was really in the second half. But Salah had a decent opportunity, I felt, in the first half where, unlike Salah, but very much like the Salah of this season, he just didn't do anything with it. Then he had a couple saves from Robertson, and then the penalty. That could have made all the difference. But honestly, I think Liverpool deserved to win the game, to be honest. Because y'all were relentless in that second half. It was like watching Liverpool for all like, yeah, Arsenal had one or two counter attacks, but they could not get out for large portions of that second half.
They had a, they always will have a counter-attacking track with the pace of Saka and Gabriel and Martinelli.
And Gabriel had a free header off of a corner as well that went straight.
Yeah. Send about.
When it was 2-1, yeah.
So yeah, this had little half chances, but Liverpool were deciding on top, were deciding pushing, trying to force the issue. And yeah, it's just disappointment that we didn't get 3 points. But I mean, I was right. I said we wouldn't have won any of the 3 games between City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, and we didn't.
Well, you only lose one.
That's
you
true.
were expecting 0 points from 9 at one point.
I think I had predicted Chelsea game would have been a draw.
Well, when we were online, when you were feeling especially pessimistic,
right?
You did say it could be 0 points from 9, but you did say it was likely going to be 2 losses and a draw at Chelsea. So yeah, a couple points.
I mean, I don't know where Liverpool found I really don't know where they found the spirit.
I know where they find spirit, which we can talk about shortly.
But wait, no, I know are we referring to the same thing? Because like someone said to me, the bust up between Xhaka and Trent played a role, and I got the crowd.
That started it for sure. That 100% started it.
But I hope that Liverpool could build on it for the rest of the remaining 9 games. In terms of, I don't think we get top 4. I think that's kind of gone. But just to get a positive end of the season, it's always nice to win games, right?
Yeah, true. We'll see, but I think yes, the Robertson Xhaka incident kind of got the crowd up because soon after that the ball went out to play, and then you see Trent trying to gear the crowd. But then I also think an incident at halftime kind of lifted those players, and it's really interesting. I didn't see it live. I don't think many people caught it live, but when they were coming back for the second half, I think the streaming was on camera. I remember we played it, and they showed that Robertson was going to confront a linesman, and he lifted his elbow and caught Robertson. Now, I know about you.
I'm upset.
But if Mitrovic really tap a referee and say, look, I talking to you and get it game banned, I mean, this man...
I actually saw a report today. I can't remember what the guy's name was from, but he's a chairman of some, I think, PGMOL. Which is some body that represents the officials. And he said that he felt as though the punishment that the guy already received is enough, which is that I think he got stood down. He's stood down as the incident is being investigated. And yeah, I guess the negative criticism from society is what it should be enough punishment. But I don't. Okay. I get the sense that, and I think I heard Roy Keane also said that Robertson should have just gone on with the game. He's a big baby. I feel like Roy Keane, I remember you as a player. I ain't that young. You was a bit of a whiner when decisions didn't go your way as well. That's number 1. Number 2, I think all players mourn and grow up at officials and
exactly. What is he?
Because you're looking for any advantage you can get to. It's a sport,
and it was halftime.
People want to win that too. And my thing is that, regardless of if players should no longer be allowed to speak to officials. That's where we want to take the game to. Because, I mean, regardless of what he said, blah, blah, blah. You can't raise your elbow at a player, and a player can't raise his elbow at an official either.
And my concern too was Robertson got butt in that incident.
Mhm.
If he had gotten sent off, I would have been. I'm not a Liverpool fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I would have been fuming because he should have never gotten the first yellow card to begin with. So then, if he had gotten a second yellow card for some nonsense, I would have been upset because obviously VAR would not have intervened.
Right.
But my thing about this situation is, and we've talked about it before with my many rants about VAR. My thing about this situation is, you cannot continue to allow VAR and referees and whoever to continue to have this. What's the word when you could just run riot? Like, there's no accountability for any of their actions. Like, I want stray, but did you see the decisions that VAR made in that Brighton Spurs game?
No, I didn't see it.
Awful
about it,
decisions.
I didn't see it.
Like, they ruled out a well-back goal for handball because they're claiming the ball, as the ball was going in, it deflected off the man's elbow.
Mhm.
The ball hit the man's hip, though, from what I saw.
Right.
Then there was a handball that was more shoulder.
Mhm.
There was a clear penalty that Brighton should have had. Those three decisions that cost Brighton, I would say, 3 points at Spurs. And I'm like, VAR and refereeing on the whole have been awful this season. And nothing is being done except, oh, we're sorry. Oh, and Dermot Gallagher coming up. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it was a red.
I mean,
Or,
in the past, I've made an attempt to be like, it's human error, it can happen. Blah,
Yeah.
blah. But this, I still in a large sense feel that way. It's human error. Some of his mistakes will happen. But I think where my annoyance comes from is where we see blatant things happening, like indiscipline from the officials. Because they're humans too. I get it. If it's like, I'm a teacher. If a student questioned my authority or just did something of annoyance, there are times where, in their, my internal emotions will be boiling over. But I can't, do certain things or say certain things in response. So like that's where accountability should come from. And I feel as though, like, my goodness, I just didn't like the fact that it seems as if when the officials made mistakes, or like, for example, the shove, sorry, where was it? Oh yeah, Mitrovic tugging the referee, Robertson going to speak to the official, and the official doing that. That's an act of violent conduct, in my opinion. And I just don't like the fact that it seems as if personnel in the media or in these on these boards supposed representing officials, I don't like the fact that they seem as if they're just trying to find any little excuse to justify what these guys are doing. For example, I heard that Robertson made contact with the official first. I don't care if Robertson, stamping his shoe. Like, you can't do that. If it was a player-on-player incident, it would have been a red card.
Exactly.
So don't tell me that the linesman, has been punished enough. No, he hasn't. He needs to get a ban. I'm not talking about he should lose his career, lose his job permanently.
But he should be punished.
Some sanction.
And that's my thing. Like, apparently in the same Brighton Spurs game, the person that was on VAR, they have been stood down for duties for a while.
Yes. Right.
That's not enough. You need to actually punish the same way that when players do stupidness on the field, they're punished and they're given bans. Referees need to be given bans. They need to be held accountable, because if you're not held accountable for your actions, you're going to keep doing the same nonsense.
Right.
If you're
going to feel as though it's not going to be a severe consequence.
Exactly. If you're allowed to it's normal. If you're allowed to get away with it, you're going to keep doing it.
I honestly think the punishment, okay, so in the incident of Robertson, if something like that happens in the future where a linesman or a referee shoves a player or slaps him or raises it up or headbutts him, for example, that should definitely be a suspension of some sort. In the event where it's a case where people are making bad refereeing decisions, like VAR, for example, or on-field decisions, on-field mistakes that are blatantly wrong, continuously, I feel like, okay, then you need to think about, can we replace that official in terms of division? So maybe they go back on the championship.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Some consequence. Yeah. Because issuing an apology, because I think the apology to Brighton came out like right after the games. That's not good enough. I mean, it's not. The thing about the mistakes that I've seen this season is not like they're human error and anybody could have made a mistake. There are blatant calls. Like, for instance, you saw the penalty on on Jota.
Yeah.
Right. That's something that could be 50-50.
Yeah.
That's something that
was iffy.
Exactly. I'm talking about blatant calls that are clear as day. That is a red, is a penalty, whatever, is a handball. And you are not giving them, and it's almost like whether it's a bias,
Mhm.
whether it's they just don't care, whether they're not focused, I don't know. But when it's clear like that, there needs to be some punishment because it is honestly getting out of hand now. It's on every weekend you have an incident. It's not good enough.
I personally feel, right, with the exception of offside,
Mm-hmm.
I personally feel again, because I feel like, okay, any instant where VAR tells the referee, because remember, oftentimes where something happens, if the ball doesn't go, play will go on, and next stoppage, that's where VAR, in that period of time, would have supposedly checked the incident, and then let the referee know if they should award a penalty or allow the game to go forth. I feel like, to be honest, I know it will kind of like interrupt the game and make it a bit stop-start on occasion, but I feel like when those incidents happen where there's a foul in the box or a ledge handball or something like that, rather than VAR, that person take the responsibility of checking it themselves and then having to tell the referee, that should be called back or what's not. You let the referee know what something happened, and the referee will go to the monitor and look quickly. Because it's replay. If something is in it, they can say it immediately. If it's innocuous or nothing is in it, you just play on. I think the referee on field should probably need to get to the point where the referee makes all decisions themselves. The person's on the pitch. You know what I mean? Because then the most we can accuse VAR of is, for example, maybe not alerting the referee to it, but not necessarily making that decision for them.
Right.
Because you notice there are instances or there are fouls that I feel could be looked at or should be sent in the monitor, and the VAR official might be, that doesn't seem like a clear, obvious error. We should hear that term. It's a ridiculous term, right?
It really
it's
is.
Really muddy in the waters.
It is.
So I feel like that's where they need to go away from. If there's any instance where there's an appeal for a handball or a foul or what's not, and the referee bids play on or what's not, VAR looks at it quickly. If it looks as though it could be a mistake or it could be interpreted as a foul, tell the referee will start the game, take 10 seconds and look at your monitor.
Yeah, something like that. Because it's not good enough anymore. It's really, really, really not. It's not. Sorry, it's not.
And please stop covering for these officials. When they do crap, tell them that they do crap. No official, and that's the first time I've seen something like that. Where official or linesman has raised his elbow at a player. Like, that is crazy. If a player did that,
especially considering they crucified Mitrovic for the same thing just a few weeks ago.
And Fernandez did something similar. I don't think we give the referee a little shove.
It's too inconsistent. It's too inconsistent.
It really is. All right, but we have to talk about the title race. So we know at Arsenal, they dropped some points. City seem to be finding form at the right time. They really do, right? They're starting looking fine fatal, aren't they?
Yeah.
Worrying times. I'm so happy that I have nothing, invested in this race. But yeah, so where do you see the pendulum swinging?
I think that, I don't know, boy. I think every game now is crucial. But I think City have to play Chelsea. I mean, I can't even count that as a big game right now. Both City and Arsenal have to play Chelsea.
I'm just going to look at you running quickly.
Yeah, do that. While you do that, I'll give my thoughts. I think you're right in saying that City are finding form at the right time. They look really good. They had a game today, which we'll talk about, that they looked really good. But I mean, okay, so the competition is broken down as they have to go to the Emirates, Arsenal. Not the Emirates. The Etihad.
I have it here when you're ready.
Yeah. So Arsenal definitely have to go to the Etihad. If they lose that brings it to 3. If City win their game in hand, that brings it to 0, and City automatically head on goal difference. That's how they broke it down. But tell me the running. Tell me the big games.
I'll start with Arsenal first. I mean, it's winning 9 games, tell you all.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Arsenal away to West Ham.
Which is this weekend.
Yeah. Followed by a home game against Southampton. Then they travel to City. Then at home to Chelsea. Away to Newcastle. At home to Brighton. Away to Forest. At home to Wolves. So the last 2 games might be gimmies.
As well as the Southampton game. West Ham battling for their lives.
Correct.
Could be a tough away trip.
And it's a derby, so it could be tough.
Right. City will be tough.
Right.
Chelsea don't want Arsenal to win titles, so they might try to live for that. Troy, if
Right.
they feel like.
Newcastle chasing top 4.
Definitely. And
And
that's
Brighton
away,
have been
that's
playing
away
well.
at Newcastle as well.
Yes.
That'd be a tough game. And Brighton play well at home and away. Okay, so let me hear cities.
Leicester at home. Arsenal at home.
Mm-hmm.
Fulham away.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham at home. Leeds at home. Everton away. Chelsea home. Brentford away. And Brighton away. But I think the Brighton away is a game in hand.
Okay. The thing about that running though is that a lot of those tough games are at home. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. So the Chelsea game, I can't ever call Chelsea tough for anybody. But a Chelsea game at home, you said Leeds at home, which is Leeds away is traditionally tough for any side.
Right. Leeds at home. Arsenal at home.
Arsenal at home. So that's
West Ham
tough.
at home too.
Exactly. So I think like the games that you expect to be tough for City are at home, which is good for them.
Well, I would say that there's a away game against Everton at Goodison. And that
Yes, that's the tricky
Goodison's
one.
never a nice place to go and visit at the worst of times.
Yeah, I would say
So-
Brighton and Everton away are tricky for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
But-
Goodison could be a potential banana skin
Yeah,
if the
it's
crowd
true.
is up for it and the
Mhm,
team responds in
mhm,
the right
mhm.
manner.
And where is that? That's like the fourth last game.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, Everton game probably still be in a relegation battle
Yeah.
around that time too. So yeah, that gonna be a tough trip. I think a lot rests on. I can't even about to say this, but I think a lot is going to depend on both teams' games against Chelsea,
Mhm.
and the game against each other.
Mhm.
If those games, I feel the pressure is now mostly on Arsenal, because they've led for so long.
Right.
They've been comfortable so long. They're not used to being in this position.
Mhm.
City has been in this situation with you on many times where sometimes they had to hunt
Each of
you.
the last 6 seasons.
Exactly. So they're
Yeah.
used to hunting.
Mhm.
And like we both say they're hitting form at the right time. We might say it's now and then they come and do John at the weekend.
Yeah.
But I do think that City is in pole position now. But if Arsenal hold their nerve,
Mhm.
they will win. But that's the question. Can Arsenal hold their nerve? Because I have noticed Arsenal are leaking a lot. I said this when even though they had a brilliant fight back against Bournemouth a couple months ago,
Mhm.
I feel like they're leaking goals. They're leaking goals that they weren't leaking at the beginning of the season. And you are 2-0 up at Anfield. Yes, Anfield is Anfield, and you haven't won there in a while.
Mhm.
But you're 2-0 up, and you barely kick a ball in that second half because the pressure.
Mhm.
And I just feel like experience may decide this title race. I really do.
I said that for a while. I said like it will all come down to the last 10, 9, 8 games this season.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're really tested.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I see this going? I think the key is the game against Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
because I think that game is more key for Arsenal than it is for City.
I agree.
I think City will beat Chelsea.
I agree.
I feel as though Chelsea is our team that will turn up and say, "See what I hear? See what this Arsenal team? See what I hear?
Mm-hmm.
I
You know
ain't
what?
having it.
You know what it reminds me of too?
Mm.
It reminds me of a certain London club
I know.
that had to come to Chelsea
Mm.
to keep pace with Leicester, I thought, and couldn't handle it.
Hazard to say that.
Exactly.
And
And that
but Hazard to say that. Hazard to say, "See what I hear? I ain't having none of this."
and that season we were also 10th. So I know Chelsea have been poor this season,
Mhm.
but I still don't put it past Chelsea to
Right.
turn up at the Emirates and be like, nah, one ain't winning this title.
Yeah, especially with somebody Lampard and Dugout too.
Exactly. So that's why I said I feel like Arsenal's game against City, away at City and at home at Chelsea will be critical.
Is it for me? Let me look back at fixtures again. I feel as though that visit to Etihad, if Arsenal could get something from that game, you don't
At
need to
least
win
a
it,
point. Mm-hmm.
but you gotta make sure no lose. And which is like,
But
and it'd be
Arteta ain't
interesting
either.
to see how they approach it. Are they going to
Exactly.
come and try to play for a point, or they're going to play how they played previously
Mm-hmm.
up to this point, really, and they'll try to win every game.
I
That's
think
gonna tell me a
Arteta will
lot.
try to win. I don't think Arteta is going to go there and try not to lose.
I don't
I
think
think
he
he's
can.
going to go there to
I don't
win.
think he can, because the thing is that City's our team that if you come and you're not prepared to go for it, they will hurt you. I mean,
Yeah.
because you can go for it, and they might still hurt you, but
Yeah.
you gotta be brave.
Yeah.
You got to at least leave your pitch having no regret, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But then City players look
they
different.
look ready for it.
Different in the last few weeks, boy.
Yeah,
Honestly.
they look ready for it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I said, I always feel as though it's better to be in lead than to be chasing.
Exactly.
So if I was a fan, I would rather be in Arsenal's position.
Of course you
or
would.
Player,
Of course.
I would rather be in Arsenal's
Of course.
position. But like you said, Arsenal's still very much in control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they do need to lose 2 games to let City back in or have City overtake them. So like I said, a lot will probably depend on that trip to Etihad.
Yeah.
And then when they face Chelsea. But I think this is my worry. And I'm not saying it because I don't want Arsenal win, just being honest assessment here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, experience is going to count. And I do feel as though the level that Pep Guardiola's City team has taken this league to, in terms of if you want to win the league. Because before, pre-Guardiola, think about it. 80 points, 85 points, 81 points, 70-something points could have win the league.
Yeah.
And has won the league on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
You think they fact at Liverpool got 97 points one season and then 93 or 94 last season or 95 and then we league. That tells you the level that you have to get to.
Yeah.
I say all that to say this. In a running, Pep City are usually flawless.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I said we're always going to come to the last stretch. Because if City are in striking distance and still have a chance, it means then that you are going to have to match City and be equally flawless. Can we trust that Arsenal win all 9 games between now and the end? I don't think
they will. I don't
exactly.
think they will.
And I think we're there, but I think we're all looking at, obviously everybody's going to look at the City game. But I think where difference might count is that City might find a way to win all their games and Arsenal might drop points in games that they shouldn't be expected to drop points in. So if you look at Arsenal's title running, we spoke about West Ham. That Brighton game is not going to be easy. Newcastle at St. James Park. Forest still in a relegation fight, and is at Forest.
Is at Forest.
Yeah. You know, Wolves at home.
Way better at home.
Will Wolves have secure safety by then? Questionable. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It can be tight.
Yeah, it will be. All right. So speaking of City, wow, dismantle Bayern Munich just a few hours ago. It was a dismantlement. It was.
No.
I felt like Bayern weren't bad.
Exactly. So I agree. So if we believe that Bayern weren't bad, it can't be a dismantlement. It was down to one man. Actually, no. It was a close game. I like the pace that the game was played at. Really intense. Encounter, competitive.
Yeah.
The only difference between teams in the first half is the fact that Rodri
had a worldie.
For shot that way in it.
True.
But if you think about it, to me, I didn't think that City created overwhelming amount of chances.
Neither
They
did
look
Bayern.
good. Neither did Bayern. Right. And he's saying I have Bayern. They put on the pressure early, let's say the first 10 minutes. But it was again Sané hitting shots from outside the area. And some of them did test Edison, but they weren't able to create any clear one-on-one chances or what we call clear-cut goal scoring opportunities.
True.
Real City marginally seemed like they had more of a propensity to create clear-cut chances. But that wasn't, because it was still competitive, because let's remember it was 1-0.
For a while.
With 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
And my feeling watching the game was that there's still very much a balance. It's more a case of can Bayern get a goal to equalize, or will City get a second? Or
even keep it at 1-0.
Right, or would Bayern be prepared to try to get equalizer and maybe go 2-0 behind? Well, Tuchel made a sub, which was Mane coming on the pitch for, I believe it was Musiala at the time. I think so. And
it should have come a bit earlier because he wasn't having a great game.
Musiala, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, the person I looked the most likely was Sané. Gnabry, Musiala. I never really liked Gnabry in that false 9 position, to be honest. But Gnabry, Musiala, Coleman were largely on the fringes. I see what Bayern were trying to do, and that was 7 minutes. They were quite good, which is that they were brave and they were trying to take on City. So when they get the ball, and often Bayern's the team that's going to play up from the back.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3-on-3. They weren't bringing back an extra amount of help. It was your 3 against my 3. And I trust my centre backs to play me out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Which Upamecano did quite well for 70 minutes. And then Upamecano invited pressure for Grealish, lost the ball, and City punish you. And that can happen, especially when City are in the mood. And I think City sense. Because even when that went to nil, you're not okay to yet. Because to nil is not the worst result ever.
Mm-hmm. But they smelt blood though.
Yes, exactly. They smelt. I think this because don't forget right after that, Upamecano gave it the ball again, and then he gave it the ball at Letty corner. Mm-hmm. That when the ball recycled, that led the goal. And if we dissect the goals, set for the Roger one, he's at fault for the last 2
mistakes. Yeah,
because the second one where he lost possession, and then nice little clipping ball. I can't remember who clipping the pass. Name was Grealish.
Grealish, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bernardo made no mistake with the header.
Yeah.
Look at the third goal. Yeah, he gave it the ball a couple times before that, and it was like he his head dropped, his confidence dropped. He just wasn't. At first, he was passing. He was actually bypassing the first press and playing some nice passes into the midfield. Mm-hmm. And it seemed as if he wasn't getting it done anymore. He was just becoming downtrodden, and you could see Kimmich and others trying to like jam up, like come.
Yeah.
But he I don't know. He lost his composure.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And when the ball came in for the corner. When the ball was recycled and somebody played it back in at the back post, where John Stones attacked it. It was 2 men of John Stones, which is Davies and Pavard. Pavard didn't contest the header. Davies didn't either. John Stones got up early, won the header. And if you look at Upamecano, because they were trading in the lane, Upamecano, Pavard, and Davies. Davies went to the back post. Upamecano, whereas Haaland gambled on Stones winning the header and went to the far post then to get it tapping. Upamecano just ball watching and easy tapping.
Yeah.
He ain't met with his man either.
Yeah.
So, and it could have been more.
It could have been.
Because like you said, City started smell blood. City smelled that boy. You see?
Yeah.
He shake you.
Wait, like, but I was disappointed because I was expecting like a real classic CL tie. Mm-hmm. Maybe 1-0, 1-1 today. Even 2-0 would have still made the return trip interesting. But I can't see Bayern getting back into this.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But unless, well, I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Me too.
But I think it was a classic CL tie for 70 minutes.
Yeah, it was good.
Because like, the result obviously is going to look like City's, and I think the last 20 minutes, City were clearly the far superior team. Mm-hmm. But for 70 minutes, Bayern held their own. And I think Tuchel made, I don't know if it came from Tuchel or it came from the players on the pitch. But I think then you saw when they had the ball and they tried to build up, Kimmich started to go back then to help out, help them play out. I think that came a bit too late because clearly that one mistake, which should never happen, one mistake should not kill you. Upamecano's mistake seemed to have drained all his confidence.
Yeah.
It got sucked up.
Yeah.
Like a vampire sucking up blood. I don't know. Dracula. I know.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, boy. But I think what's interesting is that how does that Nagelsmann sacking look now, though?
But you know what I said at the time? I said the thing is that if Tuchel get past City or whatever case it be, and go further in competition, is great. If he doesn't, you can't really blame Tuchel because Tuchel just took over.
Exactly, true. I ain't putting you blame at him.
But at the same time, I don't know if you know this. If Nagelsmann was still there, my prediction was still that City would have gone through. I felt City are the better team, right? I don't know. I just felt City would have gone through, but I mean, it's more like playing the face of the Bayern board.
Exactly.
Because we felt as though we have a chance of winning CL this year. The guy was still in the tournament.
Yeah. Undefeated.
Undefeated, best defensive record.
Yep.
And Yusaki.
Exactly.
You were a point off the top. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you had enough games to recover. You all say, hey, if you look at last 10 games, you've only won 5. Boo-hoo. I mean, Bayern has won the last 10 Bundesliga championships, right? If you miss out one, what happened? I mean,
I don't know. Like
I said, I think it's just, and this is the same problem that Bayern had, but Bayern in this situation, I thought about this. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Bayern almost are the one worst enemy. Because when Pep was there for 3 years, that's why Pep didn't renew his contract. because the people in the record box, the want to pet how to run a team too, how a team should
Exactly.
play. Well,
They need to look at themselves.
It wouldn't have me for a reason. Let me coach
Exactly.
how I want to coach.
Need to look at themselves.
And as much as people criticize people like Chelsea for player power, Bayern got a lot of player power too because
Definitely.
oh no, how am I? How I as coach can come and say I want to put Shaq in this position as goalkeeper coach, and you tell me as Marissa my goalkeeper, you tell me nah boy, you can't make a change. You know,
Yeah.
it is madness.
It is.
It
Too
really
much
is madness.
control.
And this is not to say that whoever was Neuer's friend is a bad coach or not equipped to do it.
Right.
But I feel as though the manager should have that say, that
I
decision.
agree. 100%.
So when these type of things happening, you know, I think we need to come out with Champions League and gotta start with the business and then when to come back next season.
Exactly. I agree.
So but I think it's done.
Yeah. Into Benfica, I think that done too.
2-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was in Lisbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might still be a bit. I could see Benfica coming back. I could a early goal because Metty's a bit nervy. Inter haven't been at this stage for a while.
True.
That could play a role. But I feel as though Inter will see it out.
Me too. Definitely. And tomorrow's games.
So let's start with the all Italian affair first.
Sure, Napoli Milan.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. I think Napoli will win.
Did that Milan beat Napoli 4-0 recently?
In Serie A.
Interesting though. Interesting result.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if it follows somewhere.
I would be
It's still back in
surprised
Napoli.
too.
It's still back in
Me
Napoli.
too, but I still think that Milan showing that they could go toe to toe with them, so it may be a more interesting game than I thought. But yeah, I still think I still back Napoli. I would like Napoli to win the Champions League.
The Serie A. Funny enough, you said that, right? I'll come back to that. But the Serie A, the message league has already been wrapped up. I think that, that's safe and honorable. So I feel as if I don't know how much you can read into that result.
Fair enough, but
The first leg will tell us more tomorrow. But I'll be watching a different game, so I guess I'll look at scoring and see.
You'll be watching a different game. I see. What game is that you'll be watching?
I'll be watching Chelsea's trip to the Bernabeu. You know, I want to see if Chelsea could do what I feel to do. But all jokes aside,
last week I was saying on the show that I would like Lampard and JT back in some capacity, right?
Remember,
and you asked me to manage. I was like, no, just in some capacity. Not knowing that 2 days later they were going to hire Lampard as interim manager.
Lampard gonna be the luckiest man, bro.
Oh my gosh!
Coach everything, get the soccer and then pick up Chelsea. We the best. At least he always in blue. Nevertheless, I know. My thing is that remember I said that I felt as though you always give a good account of yourself, but narrowly, miss out. Similar to last season.
You still feel that way?
No.
Okay.
But I was saying that on the basis of people like Thiago Silva and N'Golo Kante, Raheem Sterling, big players, big players stepping up and doing the business on the pitch.
Well, the good news is Thiago Silva is fit.
Putting in a performance, but I can't. But Lampard, the good boy, I can't see it. I just know shit at Lampard.
My uncle said.
I can't see it.
My uncle sent me this reel on Instagram when it was like right Ancelotti telling the Real Madrid players that Lampard.
Yeah, I saw that. They saw it for the dressing room.
Yeah, I tell he wrong for that, but
oh god.
Yeah, I don't think he wrong. I love Lamps, I really do, but Lamps isn't a great manager, and Chelsea aren't a great team, so therefore, I think my prediction stands. I don't think we're going to get beat 5-0. That was just my emotions talking last week, but I do believe this will be a comfortable 2 or 3 to Real tomorrow, comfortably.
We'll see.
But the good news is Thiago Silva is fit and N'Golo Kante was completely left out of the squad for Wolves for this match. So, with 2 of those players on the pitch, I always feel a little bit more secure. But I don't know. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
But coming to what you said, right? I actually told someone earlier today that I felt as though I feel Real and good final again. And they're hoping that Napoli will be the opponent. in the final, and
me
I
too.
feel as though it will come down to whether or not Napoli will score the goals, enough goals
To win.
to win.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
we'll see.
If Real Madrid get that final, Real Madrid winning for me.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I give Napoli outside chance though, just because if I play it.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, but it depends on your type. Because if Real Madrid is the third team that capable of making Napoli play their game as opposed to the other way around.
Fair enough.
So, but that's the final at this stage that I'll be hoping for.
Mhm.
You know, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Before we move to our predictions and our leaderboard, your producer told me this morning that we gotta shout he out.
Mhm.
So we had a little church picnic yesterday at Botanical Gardens.
I didn't get invited to. But go on.
Anyways, we had a little church picnic at Botanical Gardens. We played little rounders, played little cricket. So if I do say so myself, it was definitely the best backer on the day, definitely. But our producer apparently is a pretty handy left arm spin bowler. Hit me per my shin hard with the ball. It is a tennis ball, you know. I don't know if he was trying to bounce me, but the man bowled a full toss and hit me in my chest. So obviously that was a free hit. And talking about the free hit. But our producer could do a little bowling. And I would say that he was definitely the best bowler on the day. I don't know if he might got some footage to show, but we'll see when it air if he put a little footage of himself bowling. But he pretty handy. So he wanted us to talk about his prospects for the West Indies team. I think that ship has sailed though.
I mean, I haven't seen him in action, so I don't really have much to say. But what I would say though, is the fact he hit you on your ankle, you said, your shin,
My shin.
and the upper part of your chest or what's not. I mean, I've seen back before. I ain't hard to do. You know what I mean?
Listen to me. I still deposit heat over Maywick and through cover for 6. Okay? So yeah, he might have got me out. Yeah, he bruised me a little bit, but I still fight fire with fire.
You see, you get a couple licks off free for
Yeah.
Much rather score, Marissa.
We wasn't counting, but I definitely hit real law balls for sure.
We score a lot. Because you done made 6 and 4 that time.
No, that was off of him. But I definitely bat the most and the longest. So I took a few wickets too. I think I surprised a lot of the fellas with how quick I was bowling. I think I got shot too. I got a few of the fellas and bowling quick. They was swinging and missing Andrew. They couldn't handle the pace.
I still upset that I was not invited, but that's neither here or there. You know, when they enjoy when they picnic.
Next time, man.
Next time.
No, okay.
All right.
I apologize. Sarah, I apologize. Anyways, so last week we talked about the leaderboard that we're doing. So after reviewing our predictions, I am currently leading 5-3.
Not for long, but keep going.
I got 3 predictions right. And my extra 2 points came from correctly predicting Man U will beat Everton 2-0. And you got 3 predictions right with no correct score lines. So we both got the same amount of predictions right, but I only lead because I predicted the correct score line. So, but upon washing over, I must say my lead could have been more. Because I remember I told you about that Spurs Brighton game. My gut was saying the Spurs win 3-2. My head was saying, I went with my head, which was dumb because I get extra point. I said that everything in me was telling me Chelsea would lose to Wolves, but stupid me ran predict a draw. That could have been another one. So I think I know my formula. Okay. I definitely get my dinner bought for me for sure.
What's your formula?
To trust my gut.
Trust your gut.
So that's my formula. So let me go. Newcastle away at Villa. Early Saturday kickoff.
You want to go first or you want me to go first? Let me alternate. So if I give my prediction first.
No problem.
Okay. So, I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. Which is a bit risky.
Not really, you know. I mean, Newcastle form has been...
Yeah, but it's come on in the last 2 games.
It has.
They won the last 2 games.
I can go to 1 Newcastle.
Okay. I'll be checking that score morning.
Spurs at home to Bournemouth. I would say 3-0 Spurs.
I'll go 2-0 Spurs.
Okay. So both predicting a win. Chelsea at home to Brighton. Let me sip my water for this.
I'll go 1-1. 1-1.
You know, it's so funny. That's my prediction as well. I genuinely believe this would be a 1-1 draw. If there's a winner, it would be 2-1 Brighton, but I ain't go 1-1. Man City at home to Leicester. Who has not hired Dean Smith and John Terry as their managers?
Yes, I saw. Oh, you know something? Looking back at it too, I realized that when we spoke about the managerial sackings, we forgot that Lodge at Wolves got sacked as well.
Oh yeah.
Forgot all about that, you know?
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
He was the only Wolves sacking?
Yeah.
Okay. So City at home to Leicester.
It's my turn. Go first.
Oh no, it's mine. 4-1 City.
I'll go 4-0.
I almost a 5.
I'll go 4-0.
All right. Okay, so this one would be interesting. Arsenal away at West Ham. Sunday morning, 9 o'clock.
I'm going for a 2-all draw.
Interesting. I actually going 1-1. 1-1 draw. I actually do think this would be a draw though.
I feel it. For some reason, I feel like West Ham would be buoyant on Sunday morning.
Because they had a Moyes job saving win against Fulham away, which was tough. Tough game. So I think that I don't think the players have down tools on the Moyes at all. I just think a lot of things aren't going their way in games and they're not really playing that well. So I think that, they're fighting for their lives. Arsenal may be a little bruised. I think it'll be a 1-1. Man United away at Forest.
I'm gonna go for a 3-1 United.
I'm going 2-1. Because Rashford might be injured.
As I said 3-1, I was like 3-1, but I was like, Man don't really score much goals.
Right. Rashford is really scoring for them. Yeah. It might be 2-0 too because Casemiro back and he makes their defense better. But I will still go with 2-1. So, Monday afternoon kickoff. Liverpool away at Leeds. I got a bold prediction for this. Wait, it's my turn. Your turn?
It don't matter. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. Go win at some stage.
I'm actually gonna go with a 3-3 draw.
Oh, low.
Yep. I'm going bold.
I stick in my 2-1.
I think this would be full of goals. I really do.
Wait,
but Leeds didn't get hammered by Crystal Palace?
Yeah, they lost 5-1.
They better.
No, you already said it.
Come on, they done lost 5.
3-3.
If Palace put 5 past them at home, B.
And they score first too.
Why did I say 3-3? Anyways, I stick it to my 3-3.
I go with 2-1.
I died by my sword. Who is managing Leeds?
Yeah, I think they still have an interim. I don't think they actually appointed a full-time manager yet, did they?
But what's funny, this Jesse March situation is funny, First, he was in line to be Southampton manager. Yeah. That fell through. Then he was in line to be Leicester manager. That fell through. What do you think going on there?
I guess when they come to the negotiating table, they're not all in agreement.
One thing is true though, when you get sacked, boy, they always got a job for you around the corner.
Yeah.
I don't feel managers is feel it anymore because they always got a job on the corner.
There are some managers that don't get more jobs.
Like who?
Mark Hughes. David O'Leary.
I don't know
if you know who that is. He destroyed, part of the reason that Leeds had to get relegated in the first place.
Okay.
Mismanaging people's books.
But when you look at Dean Smith, Frank Lampard, Jesse March, Graham Potter.
I'm probably like some of them.
Look, Lampard was brought in because he know the club.
A lot of people know the club.
And he come. Anyways, I cannot with Circus FC. I cannot.
I feel like that's an appropriate title. Did you notice that I titled the...
I did, I did. The old me would say you're wrong for that, but it's accurate though. It's really a circus. I can't wait to the end of the season, honestly. Anyways.
We're almost there.
Yeah. So that's it from us. Remember to like, follow, share, subscribe, all that jazz. The Dugout_podcast. We finally start back posting on social media. Finally.
Yep.
Let's hope we can keep it up. You can follow Whole Health Pharmacy, proud sponsor of the one tumbler we have left.
You're gonna say that with it?
The one tumbler we have left.
It was not my fault.
Right. Nobody can tell
It
you.
was a series of
it
was a series of it was a series of unfortunate events.
Right. Anyways, Whole Health Pharmacy, you could get some. I see a shot got a little vitamin C there, so I could plug that. You get some vitamin C from the pharmacy, boost that immune system. Some air humidifiers, some tumblers. Make sure you grip the tumbler tight, so when you go on your island safari, it don't float out your hand like some people.
Or just don't take it to the island safari.
Or just don't take it to the island safari. I agree with that. But yes, you can follow Whole Health Pharmacy at, I think it's just Whole Health Pharmacy on Instagram. Also, Spirit Led Studio, Spirit Led 246, I think it is.
Yes.
Why do I always forget that?
Spirit Led 246.
Yeah. Led by your aspiring left arm swing bowler that can't bat by his own admission. Shot. Yes, our producer. So yeah, continue to support the podcast. We're hoping to build on some stuff and continue to grow the podcast for our viewers, because we have our how much subscribers we have on YouTube? Our 30 loyal subscribers on YouTube. We want to build and expand that.
Yep.
So definitely share and subscribe to our page, and
you can also follow us at Drew9106.
Right.
And
Marissa Simone 91. Yes.
Perfect. And yes, before we go, just want to say a big thank you to those 30 subscribers.
Yes.
We really appreciate the views.
We
so
do.
Whether or not you watch the full episode, 10 minutes of it, 10 seconds of it, we appreciate every clip we get.
Or you just come to see me. That's fine as well. That's fine.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We know they're coming to see you.
We don't know that for sure.
Okay.
But you know what? God, it's fine. Sure, yes. Come to see Marissa. They definitely don't come to hear your football analysis. So
Go say.
But you hurt me, so I had to respond in the appropriate manner.
Go say. Go in St. Joseph and find your cup.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It was actually off-road too, so I definitely find that.
Oh, I should say, if anybody's traveling in St. Joseph and happens to come across a silver cup with the Dugout Podcast, we would love if you could return it.
No, I don't want that back now. I'll get a new one, okay? You saw.
Oh, gosh. Anyways, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
This program was brought to you by Spirit Led Studios, the sound of life.